All right, hey you guys. Today we are looking at polynomials. More specifically, adding and subtracting polynomials once we figure out what polynomials are. All right, so we're going to start off the first page by talking about polynomials and the vocabulary behind it. So a polynomial is an expression consisting of many terms. Many coming from the root word poly, many. And nomial meaning terms. Nomial is like a name in, I want to say Latin. It means a name, and so terms is kind of like a name or word. So some examples of polynomials, you can have it as simple as 4x. You can go as elaborate as 4x minus 2y plus z. And just keeping it simple, x plus y. These are all polynomials having many terms. One term, 3 terms, 2 terms. You could also include numbers like constants in there. So like z plus 3 would be a polynomial. Now, polynomials should be written in standard form. Notice how I wrote up here my polynomials in a certain term. This is meaning that it is written in alphabetical order. Again, in math, we like things to be pretty. So this is a pretty way of writing it. Sorry, alphabetical order. So if you notice up here, x, y, z. X plus y. Z and then the numbers, because first comes the ABCs and then come your numbers. And then with the exponents, highest to lowest. Okay. So we're going to write the following polynomial in standard form. I notice that they're all case, so I don't have to worry about alphabetical order. However, I do have to worry about my exponents. There's a power 3, power 2, and technically there's a power 1 right here. My constant is going to go at the very end no matter what. So we're going to start with the highest exponent, the highest power, which is 7k to the 3rd power. So that's the very first thing we write. And then we go in order from highest to lowest. So the next one would be positive k to the 2nd power, and then minus k to the 1st power, but that little 1 is not necessary. And last, plus 64. And there's how you would write a polynomial in standard form. A few more things to know. Degree is the highest power of the polynomial. So for example, this up here is the degree is degree 3 polynomial. All right, so here we're talking about degrees. Again, it's the highest power of the polynomial. When the highest power is 0, meaning it's just a constant, we just call it a constant polynomial. So we just had a number, that would be a constant. When the highest power is 1, this is a linear polynomial, and we've talked about linear polynomials. So mx plus b. Notice there are no exponents. That's why it's linear, because the highest power would be the 1 on that little x right there. Oh, this should be a 3. I'm sorry, you guys. When it's to the highest power is 2nd, or your degree is the 2nd power, this is called a quadratic, and we'll learn more about those coming up soon. When it's to the 3rd power, the highest degree is 3rd power, this is a cubic polynomial. And then to the 4th, this is a quartic polynomial. Oh no. These terms aren't used very often. More than likely, you'll be classifying polynomials by the number of terms that they have. So if it's 1 term, so like this one is a 1-term polynomial, we call it a monomial. coming from the root word mono, meaning one. Mono a mono, one on one. All right. If there are two terms, two terms, this is called a binomial. Coming from the root word bi, like bicycle, bicentennial, all with the root words meaning two. If it's three terms, 1, 2, 3, we call this a trinomial. Root word tri, meaning three, tricycle, tripod. And last, when we have 4 or more terms, we just call this a polynomial. You may hear mathematicians call it a 4-term polynomial, 5-term polynomial, and so forth. So not only do mathematicians like things pretty, but they also get lazy in naming things and just leave it pretty simple at that. All right, you'll have a few practice of just naming polynomials and putting them in standard form.